So Mike Godwin was an internet pioneer who in 1990 observed that the longer an online discussion goes on, the greater the chance of somebody comparing somebody else to Hitler or to the Nazis. And he later added his corollary, which is that once that happens, the discussion is over. And I mean, I think almost nothing else about the internet is still recognizable 35 years later, but that's still just about true. And I mean, the reason I like this is because I think it crystallizes really clearly just the particular place that references to Hitler and to the Nazis have in our culture, which is that they are the only fixed reference point that we've got. I mean, many of us might individually have other things that we regard as our fundamentals, but in terms of things that we can pretty much depend on in civilized society, that's something that we have collectively accepted as a given. That if somebody compares you to Hitler or to the Nazis, that's not something that you debate about. It's a punch in the face. Right. It's the ultimate insult. It's no accident that that's what brings a discussion to an end, because once you've been called a Nazi, what else can you say? You either leave the thread or say, no, you're the Nazi, and then you're just shouting at each other.
Which unfortunately happens.
You can carry on the argument, but this is a thick black line. It just draws a line underneath it, and that was it wasn't the starting point for it, but I think it helps to make the point that I've tried to make it much more length in the book about the peculiar significance that our memory of World War II and of the Nazis has had over our lifetimes, and why that's both a good thing and a little bit of a problem.
Right. And I think what it does is it provides an experiential touch point for the argument of the book. I've used this book now in two settings, teaching, and quoted a passage I'm about to read to you. And I think Godwin's Law is an interesting thing because it's something almost everyone has experienced. And so when you make the central point of the book, you start to see heads nodding like, oh, yeah, okay, this is giving language to something I have experienced, but I would never have been able to summarize it like this. The central assertion of the book, as I read it, is that Hitler has become the most common or most significant moral figure in our world. And on page 50, you write, a century ago, the most potent moral figure in Western society was Jesus Christ. Now it is Adolf Hitler. Perhaps we still believe that Jesus is good, but not with the same fervor and conviction that we believe Nazism is evil. Crosses and crucifixes have lost most of their power in our culture. It's possible to play with them, joke about them, and no one really minds. Not so with swastikas.